This is the Male Rights Actors Podcast, episode 128, where we focus on relationships, sports, and pop culture from a managed point of view. First of all, we want to thank our listeners, our new ones, our OGs. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
What up?
On today's show, Gucci Mane gave his lady a $1 million push present.
$1 million for a push present? How much for a nudge?
I love it. Sweetie says people always try to credit a man for a woman's success.
That is ludicrous. There's no such thing as a woman's success.
Joking. He's joking. Do not get mad, ladies. Russell Wilson looks out for his wide receiver. And we have a Dear Erby from a man who's battling for control of his house. All that and more right now. This is the MRA podcast from Kyle and Kamal, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
And we're saving relationships one listener at a time. Before we get into the Trump temper tantrum, rest in peace from Hooks Police Academy. Kamal, you sent me this, man. Ruined my little night, dog.
Man, this is Hooks. The famous author of the famous line, "Don't move, dirtbags." Man, I think she did that in every single Police Academy movie.
Because it was so funny. You know, her character was this sweet lady that every once in a while she got bowed about it, man. I didn't know she was 73, man. That black really don't crack, Kamal.
Well, I ain't seen her recently, but back in the day, yeah, it's hard to believe. Like, these people,
how long was it ago? I mean, she was like 35, 40 when she was doing these.
Yeah. My pops will be 70 next month, and it's like, it's always hard for me to believe that, like, people I watched when I was younger, they were older than my pops. Like, I had no idea John Ritter, Jack Tripper, was older than my father. I'm like, wait,
isn't that
what?
weird?
Yeah, like, I see Jack is a young swinging dude. My pops is his fucking family man. Right? But that's, you know, actors, most actors look younger.
Yeah. I mean, shouts out to my pops, man. He's turning the big 7 on the 19th, man. That's crazy, man. So happy birthday to your pops.
Oh, yeah.
And mine, and rest in peace to Hooks, man. So last week, we missed Dr. Dre's aneurysm, man. I said a little something on the show about it, man, but we didn't get to talk about it. And he decided to give his wife $2 million a month from his, I was going to say hotel room, from his hospital room, Kamal. I don't know. You think he might have felt, you think he might have calmed down a little bit because of his near-death experience?
Man, let me tell you something, dude.
Go ahead.
When Dre was beefing with Easy, he produced The Chronic. When he was beefing with Suge Knight, he produced 2001. 6 months of beefing with his wife, the man had an aneurysm.
Ladies, that's hysterical, ladies and gentlemen. That is Kamal Abdul-Jabbar. He will be here all week. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the genius of Kamal Abdul-Jabbar. Ladies, I need you to understand how stressful you can be to us. Oh, you stressful to us too. Aneurysm stressful.
Just fine. Fuck it. I'll sign it. Give me the goddamn pen.
I'm telling you, Kamal, it's so funny, man. And they know this from an early age. I'm looking at my beautiful daughters, their pictures. They have a way with males and men. They have a way to just get you. I mean, Nick Saban, his daughter, tweeted something that could cost him the game. You know, could have cost him the national championship. But the truth is, I heard that he didn't really go off on her because that's daddy's little girl, man. I don't know what it is about women that they have that combination for us like that. Kamal, what's the deal?
They're relentless in their nagging. And this is further proof that the next president of the United States needs to be a woman.
Oh, she's going to be no joke. Wait till they see what a woman, especially a black woman, can do as the president.
Oh, my gosh.
They're going to be blown away.
They're giving up nukes, everything. Kim Jong, fuck it, take them. Just
here. I'm sorry.
Just here. Just
apologize.
Well, you gonna shut the fuck up afterwards, please. I will give you everything you want. Just please.
They've never
stop
seen
calling me.
They've never seen relentlessness until they see a leader who is a woman. She is going to be no joke. Watch what happens. She's going to make America great again. I probably should.
Oh, yeah. Fine. Great. Finally.
And speaking of making America great again, Kamal, President Trump had you got your wish, man. I see your wife talks about the law of attraction and the secret and all that. You got to say what you want, Kamal. You said what you wanted, and damn it, I blame you because President Trump, he took his kicking and screaming to another level What say you, my dude?
Well, first of all, I don't, the universe doesn't really give me what I want, man. I'm still 5'8", and, my hair ain't grew back. I still got this medium-sized swipe, you know what I'm saying? So the universe don't really be looking out for your boy. However, on this one,
on this
one here, it was like,
you forgot to ask for the other shit in time. Come on, that's your fault. You're supposed to be making those prayers when you was in swipe growing age. When you was in, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was doing. That's what I was praying for, Kamal. Don't you know what I mean? I was praying for it, dog. Literally.
I thought I was straight. Like, oh yeah, this is good. And I just kept growing.
Ask and ye shall receive. You have not because you ask not, Kamal. You should have asked when you was a young man.
That's funny. But look, dude, man, Trump is the walls are caving in on him, dude.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah, man, everybody's starting to run away from him. This is what you call karma. All the shit talking, all the chaos and pandemonium he's caused, like his last days. Man's got like 10 days left in office.
Yes.
They talking about impeaching him again.
You
know what I'm saying? Like they kicked him off of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. He went to a different platform, Parler. Amazon canceled that. Just dropped it. Google Play dropped it. Apple dropped it. It's like, dude, his golf course is supposed to get like a PGA tournament. One of them tournaments, they were like, nah. Just people running away from this man. He will live the rest of his life in shame.
Yeah.
And he has
worst nightmare. His worst nightmare.
Nobody to blame but himself for this.
Oh man, this is like a movie, Kamal. This is like the end of the movie when Nino gets it, when Scarface gets it. Gangsters, everybody but O-Dog got it in the end, Kamal.
Well, O-Dog went to jail. You can see that. He's probably never getting out. But this
O-Dog went to jail?
Oh, man, you got to watch it again when it's going off. When
very end, they're putting him in the back of a car?
Yeah, put him in a squad car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is to all those women out there who watched The Color Purple and loved it when, like, Mister's farm was all fucked up at the end after Seeley put that hex on him. Trump's got to do something to make this right. Everything is going. What do you say? Everything until you do right by me.
Until you do right by me. Seeley put those 2 fingers on him.
Yeah,
everything.
She wasn't bullshitting too. Everything went to hell.
Bullshit. So we know what the secret is. President Trump needs to find Seeley and see what he could do to make this right.
He got to go to Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama put these 2 fingers on him. Her book, she said, man, he caused so much stress with all the shit he talked about her family and all that stuff, man. So he got to go to Michelle, hat in hand. And what you need me to do? Yeah, he got to bring Michelle's sister back from Africa or some shit. I don't know.
Hey, man, that is hilarious. I love that, man. We come back, man. We got some feedback. And after that, we have a post-nut story from a guy who let his girlfriend talk him into some mess. You got to hear what happened. Hear it soon, only on the MRA Podcast. Hey, what's up, guys? I sure hope you're enjoying the show. If you like it, I invite you to go to our website, themrapodcast.com, and catch up on over 100 episodes that we have in store for you.
You ain't working. You might as well check us out.
And if you want some more, go over to The World According to Cheryl and check me out on Cheryl Underwood's podcast. We post content there every single day. We have her normal radio show labeled SUR, and then the Cheryl Underwood podcast, where we get in her personal business every Friday. Then on the weekends, we have the specialty shows that range from Late Night Cupcake to Auntie Cheryl's House Party to our gospel show, Spiritual Nourishment.
You gotta check out The World According to Cheryl, even though I ain't on it.
We got some feedback, homie.
Do we now?
Yes, this is from Cornelius in the Bay. He said, I was listening last week when you guys said, when the world comes back, Kim will want Kanye on his arm. But what do you say now that they are getting divorced soon? Still think she will want him on his arm. Come out, what you think, dog? That was you, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Do you think she'll still want him back when the world comes? Explain to Itis. What do you think, dog?
Yeah, I do. I think that basically right now it's cool. You know, he's off doing his thing. You know, the world ain't opened up yet, but I think that when it opens up, man, America loves a second chance, a get back together story, you know.
Yeah.
And plus, honestly, man, Kanye is one of the biggest dudes in the game. The man ran for president, so he's world renowned. Everyone
Yeah.
knows him, right? Internationally known, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how many guys can compete with that? Jay-Z's
Honestly,
taken. John
yeah.
Legend's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so Kim is not going to take a step lower in status and recognition. You know what I'm saying? And so as long as she's single, Kanye's got a shot.
Facts on facts. As long as she's single, Kanye's got a shot. And as we try to tell you fellas, he has a golden opportunity to bounce back better than ever. If he bounces back better than ever, does the whole apology tour and decides he wants her and his family back, because right now he's sick of her. But after a while, he going to miss them kids. He going to miss that action. He going to miss that. So we going to see what happens, because Kanye is a genius. So when he gets back in the studio, when, Dr. Dre gets back in the studio with a vengeance and they collaborate, because they collaborate on some gospel stuff, and come out and Kanye decides he's going to maybe make some mainstream hits because he misses that. He pulls a Mace and tries to do mainstream again. Check with us then. When we come back, we have a post-nut story from a guy who let his girlfriend talk him into some mess. You got to hear what happened. Hear it next, only on the MRA Podcast. According to Webster's dictionary, being in post-nut mode is when you have a clear mind and you can make sound decisions as if you just busted a nut.
Yeah, I don't know if Webster actually said that.
No, he didn't. But our listener, Big Easy Q, told us all about it, and we can relate. Women, men. So listen, if you have a story of when you did something foolish.
In pre-nut mode.
Yeah, something really dumb. Maybe it was top crime, especially something in pre-nut mode you don't want nobody to know about. Hit us up, and we'll tell the world. We can all laugh at your expense, and hopefully you'll learn from your mistakes.
Aristotle once said, the results of pre-nut mode is the best teacher. I think he said some shit like that.
Send us your stories at Dear Erby at themrapodcast.com. That's Dear Erby at themrapodcast.com. And now it's time for a post-nut mode story, only on the MRA Podcast. Okay, this one is from Harper in Connecticut. It says, I heard on your show that some woman told a man to jack off before doing something he might regret, and he would magically come to his senses. I wish I knew about this trick when I was back in college, because I did the dumbest thing ever, all trying to get some ass. Yeah, well, that's what the post-nut story is about. Isn't that right, Kamal?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm from Seattle, but I went to school down south. This girl was a cheerleader, and she was easily the prettiest girl in school. But her boyfriend was a linebacker on the football team. I had a crush on this girl for a while, but I knew she was off limits. Then one day, she and her man finally broke up, and I got a chance to talk to her in the library. We hit it off very well and started talking. Before we ever even had sex, she tells me she wants to mess around with me, but she can't get out of her head what her ex did to her, and he needs to pay. So I'm thinking this was my chance to prove myself. I asked her what he did, and she says he cheated on her and embarrassed her, and he needs to be embarrassed in return. She says, I just wish someone would beat his ass to teach him a lesson. Gentlemen, I'm a big guy. I look like I can fight, but I cannot. I wish I had known about the secret of being in post-nut mode, because it would have saved me a lot of pain. The next day, I go and confront her boyfriend, and he punched me in the face so hard I can still feel it. I thought he broke my nose. I'm laying on my back looking up at all these shocked faces looking down on me, including my girl. I grabbed my nose with both hands to somehow soothe the pain, and then the kicks came. I thought all of his linebacker friends were stomping me, but it turned out to just be him. My girl dumps me, and I never even got to have sex with her. Worst of all, she ends up getting back with the guy. I don't even remember that girl's name. Not sure if it is because it's been that long or because her boyfriend beat it out of my brain. Spread the word about post-nut mode. It can save a life. Keep up the good work, man. Harper in Connecticut. Kamal, come on, man. What do you think about?
I don't even think our segment was supposed to save this man. This was one textbook 101. It's the first day of school. You learn. You ain't fighting no ex. You don't fight over a girl. They teach you that stuff in kindergarten.
They sure do, man.
They teach you that really, really early, man.
But Kamal, can you relate to seeing the prettiest girl in school and you got a shot? All you got to do is step to this dude and hope that maybe you could beat him? He said he got some size on him.
Nah, I cannot relate to this. I understand. That's between y'all. He ain't.
What about looking like a bitch, man? Because her friends are gonna clown you. I remember this is like elementary school. I remember in elementary school, the girls would always try to get you to fight. You didn't have that experience?
Nah. Well, I mean, the thing about it is that I'll say this. Now, the animosity and the static eventually might cause y'all to get down just because, you walking with his ex and stuff like that. He mad dog and you eventually, that shit might happen. But under no circumstances, if this guy don't even know who I am, I just go confront him about some shit he did to her.
Speaking of menace, I'm Alina's cousin partner. She don't like the way you've been dogging her, and neither do I.
I was going to say, unless I am related to this person.
Yeah.
But nah.
So I'm supposed to fight over a bitch? I think you better watch you calling a bitch, partner.
Exactly.
I think you better watch you to fuck you.
My favorite part. Katie, get your ass in this house, boy.
Katie, get your ass in this house. When we come back, you'll never guess who ran on the zip tie guy from Trump's insurgents. We'll be right back with more of the MRA podcast. Hey guys, if you're digging the show, then please tell somebody. People might say something to you like, hey man, what podcast you listening to? And that's when you say the MRA podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Or the MRA podcast with Kamal and Kyle.
Kane, you've got to go. That was a lot strong, Kamal.
Hell yeah.
He kicked his ass out. Okay, according to TMZ, Kamal, one of the men who was on tape. All right, one of the all the guys on that stupid tape of in the Capitol building. He's known as the zip tie guy. He's holding zip ties. Come on, when I heard about the zip tie guy, it never dawned on me what they was planning on doing with these zip ties until I heard Nancy Pelosi's interview. It didn't dawn on me that they was planning on kidnapping somebody. And they was calling her name like Nancy. I had no idea. I was just like, I just knew he was a zip tie guy. I just was like, oh, well, that guy got zip ties. I don't know why.
He's got a lot of zip ties for some reason.
Got a lot of zip ties for some reason.
Oh, well.
I never put two and two together like, ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, they about to make citizens arrest. And
they about to get a kidnap on like they threatened the governor of Michigan. But anyway, so according to TMZ, the man who's known as the zip tie guy, he got ratted out by his ex-wife of 18 years, Kamal. She called the FBI National Threat Operations Center on Friday. Do white women just have that in their speed dial?
Oh,
I'm calling the FBI. I know. It just feels like a white woman thing. I'm calling the FBI.
The FBI. I mean, the police for sure, but the FBI.
Yeah. She was like, fuck the police. I'm going to the feds.
Yeah.
So this woman told the feds that she recognized him from his military get-up, adding, I just know that when I saw this was happening, I was afraid he would be there. Kamal, that is the funniest line.
And she probably was like, I knew his stupid ass.
He's stupid.
I knew his dumb ass was.
I knew it. Nobody knows you like your wife, your ex-wife, your sister, or your mama. These women know you.
Yeah.
And he was. I know if I was the kind of person be that stupid, my mom would be looking like, oh my God, I hope Kyle's not there. If I was that, whatever it is that I'm into, my mom would be like, oh, that looks like my son. So she knew exactly it was him. So she said she was hoping it wasn't him. She said, I think you already knew he was there, telling to the FBI. Yeah, that's her out for snitching. I think you already knew.
You already knew, really.
Y'all already knew, but I still found the need to call just in case you didn't know. I'm gonna tell you where this fool be at. She said, it is such a good picture of him. I recognize his patch. Come on, is it okay to rat on your ex to the feds?
Depends on like
which ex?
Depends on which ex and if you guys in good standing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you guys, hey, I've been in some relationships where it's like, hey man, if I find out she got an overpaid parking ticket, not overpaid, but an overdue library book. Hey, I know where she.
I know who you're looking for.
I know exactly who you're looking for.
That feels like a flag on the play if a dude does some shit like that. That feels like some bitch ass shit. Come on, I'm just gonna say that. Right now.
I mean, the thing about it is, man, I've never denied that I don't have bitch ass tendencies. Man, I've never denied that. That has never been one of my.
That's hysterical.
That's not on my resume. And I don't know when they broke up, but if that man was spending most of his time and energy praising Donald Trump and neglecting her.
Yes.
Oh, she's like, F this guy.
You know what? That's funny because
He's
I
like
don't know when
Cole.
they broke up either. Oh, yeah. I don't know when they broke up either, but I promise you that they were together long enough and recent enough for her to know that he was one of Trump's boys, Trump's puppets. And so whatever it is that you're right, it probably got on her last damn nerve. More power to her. Only if she left because she didn't know that he was a trumpet and found out that he was a trumpet, I'll give her props for that. But for snitching, I don't even like when his niece be snitching, whatever her name is, the little Trump girl. It drives me crazy. You're selling books with my name, and you're selling my name every chance you get.
That's different.
Why?
That's profiting off of somebody you claim to dislike, right? This chick is like, yo, man. In some people's eyes, they committed sedition. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so she's like, I'm as a citizen of this country, I'm appalled. You know, hey man, if you found out one of your exes was in ISIS, you know what I'm saying? They did some heinous shit. You gonna just be like,
you can't stand.
An ex you can't fucking stand who left you for an ISIS nigga.
Oh gosh. You trying to turn me into one of these bitch motherfuckers? Come out. You try your best, and it's. I'm not gonna. I'm just
trying
gonna
to
say
get you
low
to
key
see
is
the light.
working.
Come over to the, the gray bitch area side. That's where I'm at, man. Bitch ass nigga gray area side. Come on over, man. It's lonely over here because you either bitch ass nigga or you not. I'm like, no, it's some gray area.
For your hysterical, man. We come back. Saweetie says they always try to give a man credit for a woman's success. Is she right? Find out next. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys and gals, if you're enjoying the show, let someone know. Whatever app you're listening on, please subscribe, give us 5 stars, and leave a positive comment.
Why wouldn't you give us 5 stars and a positive comment? We're great.
Yes, we are. This helps our placement so that other people can enjoy the show as well.
And why wouldn't they? We're great.
Come on, I had never heard of Saweetie till you told me about her in one of our stories. I think she was talking about what a man needs to have or the amount of money, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you got to be able to buy her some shit.
Yeah. Maybe I heard her music on the house party, Auntie Shirl's house party on Shirl Underwood Radio, but I just didn't know it was her. So I'm going to make myself not sound as old. But anyway, she was on The Real, and she said it was difficult at first to not be allowed to not be swallowed up in her relationship because she's with one of the Migos. Which one she's with? So there's Offset, there's Takeoff, and she's with the other guy,
Quavo.
Right? Quavo. She's with Quavo from the Migos. So I guess last time she was on The Real, she told the ladies, I guess she had that glow, she had the giddiness, and they were like, okay, who you with? And, she was real cool. I can't say. And she said the reason why she didn't want to say is because if people would have known that her man was Quavo from the Migos, people would assume that she's on because of Quavo from the Migos. And so she said, I do admit in the beginning it was difficult because as a woman, especially a woman in hip hop, they always try to credit a man for a woman's success, which is why I kind of tipped around the relationship. Come out. Do men get credit for a woman's success? Is that true?
Yeah, but I think some of it is warranted. I mean, it's like now just because of their positions in the industry. I'm not saying that's right, but a lot of these men are the executives. They are the producer. They are the
gatekeepers.
They're the gatekeepers. So yeah, they probably do get credit for a lot of women's success. I've never heard any man get credit for Oprah's success.
No.
I mean, I've never heard, I don't know who her executive producer was. I don't know who was the guy who gave her a shot. I don't know any man responsible for Oprah's success. I'm not saying there's not one. I just never heard of it. Music industry, a little different.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's right, but it's just that's just the way it is.
Well, I got a question. Does Lil Wayne get credit for Drake's success? Because I think he does.
Yeah, of course. Just like Eminem and 50. Eminem and Snoop are beefing right now. Or
unfortunately.
Beefing. And because of some comments Snoop said, like
Eminem said some rude-ass shit. No, that shit was rude. Yeah, that was uncalled for.
So he wouldn't be nothing without Dre.
Yeah, which is ironic.
I agree, but it's like, wait a second.
I know. Really, nigga? We doing that?
Yeah, you were like what?
I shouldn't say that.
Well, you were on Def Jam before Dre or something? Like,
You're Def Jam or Death Row? Just make sure. Just be sure.
But
Snoop, one of my favorite of all time. But when you said it, it hurt me a little bit because I'm like, dude. For the people that don't know, Snoop was speaking on the Breakfast Club about Eminem, and he said, I think Eminem wouldn't be in his top 5 because that disrespects the Rakims and the Big Daddy Kanes, which is all legends. But then he went on to be like, something like to the effect that M made it because of Dre, and I just felt that was very ironic for one of Dre's greatest proteges to point at another man and say, you made it from the same nigga I made it from, and that's why you're fresh.
I would have made it even though my best friend was Dre's brother. But I would have made it regardless.
Yeah, I would have made it.
I would have made it. It just so happens that my best friend was Dr. Dre's brother, but besides that,
at least Eminem had to travel across the country and try to find Dre and give him a tape. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I didn't feel too good about that, man. And I have nothing but respect for Snoop Dogg. And if he was right here, I would be like, bruh, really? Was it necessary? I wouldn't, you got to talk about a man like he's in the room. So if he was in the room, I would really be like, I mean, what's up with that, dog? I mean, holla at your boy. Is there some other shit that we don't know? Because if it's some other shit, then I could see. But it felt like that was the first shot fired, and so I didn't love that. Anyway, back what you were saying, dog.
No, I'm saying so men are responsible for other men's success as well.
Yes.
They say Michael Jackson didn't really pop till Quincy came along.
Till Quincy and Barry. I mean, you know what I mean?
Well, Barry was a child. I'm talking about when he was, when he turned
when he really popped. When he became, because he was just a kid, a child star back then.
Yeah, he turned into like what he was. They said that's all Quincy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I you hear that a lot, man. You hear that a lot. So I don't think it's a woman thing. I think that basically powerful people are responsible for putting a lot of people on, and some of them are men, some of them are women. It's just the way it is. Clive Davis put on like Mariah Carey, but he's also put on some dudes too. Is he responsible for like Puffy or some shit like that, or giving Puffy a bad boy or something like that, or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if men are always responsible, but I do know that y'all don't seem to mind when they say behind every great man is a woman. Y'all don't mind taking credit. Y'all don't mind taking credit for a man's success, but I understand that you don't want somebody taking credit for yours. That's fine. When we come back, Gucci Mane raised the bar on the push presence. Oh, my Lord. And later in the show, we have a Dear Erby from a guy who is battling for control of his home. Can Kamal and I coach him up? Find out soon. It's the MRA Podcast. You listen to us, but Kamal and I want you to know that we listen to you too.
Even if we don't always respond to your tweets in a timely manner.
I love how you said we, man. So if you have some feedback, maybe you agree.
Maybe you disagree.
Or maybe you just want to tell us how much you love the show, or that you want to testify about how we specifically helped you out. Or maybe you just want to tell Kamal how he was right or wrong.
But mostly right.
Whatever you want to tell us, hit us on our social. I'm at Kyle Erby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Hit us up and you just might hear your comment on the air.
Promise. We'll be gentle.
Gucci Mane gave his lady a $1 million push present. First of all, Camille, you ever heard of a push present?
No, never.
Good. Yeah. So that's the thing now, man. I heard about it about 7 years ago. Incidentally, my youngest daughter's 7. Anyway, so I heard about it. I just heard about it. My sister actually told me about it. And I guess that's the thing of you know, when your lady, whatever, she gives you a baby. Nowadays, you're supposed to bless her. I'm surprised Bettina haven't hit you with this, but maybe because if you had another baby, you would hear it. Because how old is little Taz?
8.
Yeah, see, I think you just missed it, dog. You just missed the push present.
Wait
craze.
a second. If she gives me a baby, I'm supposed to bless her. But what if I don't want the baby?
In the next segment.
I don't want this one.
We'll talk about that with the Von Miller segment. Let's stay right here, right now.
No, man. This wasn't my first choice as a present.
Come on, dude. Listen, man, let me tell you something. I think, ladies, man, you're going to find a way to find. I don't know who made it up. If I mean, like the Valentines ladies didn't make that up. Some man made it up. So here we go, give men the credit. Some marketing person made it up at Hallmark. The whole wedding ring thing. That wasn't. I don't know whose idea that was, but it wasn't originally in the original contract. But of course, De Beers came up with an idea to sell more diamonds, and they figured it out. So I don't know who came up with the push present. I hope it wasn't us, Kamal. Just like that great sketch you wrote about, men in baby showers and men in the waiting room. We had a good thing going. And then some sucker MC was like, you know what, baby, you mean so much to me. I'm going to bless you. And because of social media, somebody showed off. Look at what I got. Look at, speaking of showing off. I'm sorry, this is not in the rundown, man. We talked about Nick Cannon's ex, Miss White, right?
Yeah.
She came out, and there's a story about her saying that when Nick Cannon had his first or second baby, that she actually had just had a miscarriage or something with Nick's baby. So she says that Nick's new baby mama knew about the miscarriage or whatever and posted that, and she felt like it was a rub in her face. Yeah. That would have been nice if that was in the rundown. We could really talk about it. Back to the push press. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just assuming she knew. She might not have known shit, man.
Yeah, well, that's what she claims.
Yeah.
She claims they had an exchange or whatever. But she's under she feels like she have known. But either way, I do believe that they, all the postings, because he talked about the pajamas and stuff. It's a shot to the other ladies. It's hey, look what I got. I got this. You ain't, it's that public love. And I brought that up because that's what the push present is to me. It's look, everybody, because is it a private thing? Sometimes, but a lot of times it's to show other women how you get down, your greatness, your prowess.
Oh yeah. I don't think it's all a woman thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know we're going to talk about my boy in a little bit, man. But I know my boy Russ be doing.
Oh, my God.
He be posting for an audience of one. I think he be posting for one guy.
Oh, yeah. I'm so glad you said that. See, that's the beauty of giving both sides, man. Because one thing I don't like about our current way we are in the media right now, you support your guy, and then anything they do, you make excuses. Like these, some of the Trump people are just doubling down. Well, we won, they're comparing to black insurrections and black, violence or whatever.
The black protests over the summer.
Yeah, it's just like, why can't you just own that your dude was foul on this one? That's what I want to be at the MRA podcast. I know that and people ask me, are you guys like those men's rights groups? And I say no all the time. No, we're actually almost like a parody of that because we do have the dudes' backs. But we going to call you out, fellas. And if we don't, holler at us and let us know when we should. Because I think we got to do both sides. What do we say we do come out here? We call balls and strikes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I really want to do with the MRA podcast. Because people don't ever want to call balls and strikes against their guy. Turn it to Fox News, all they doing is calling the strikes for their guy and ball for our guy. And you turn to CNN and MSNBC and it's the opposite. So I'm glad we're going to talk about Russell next. And speaking of football players, we come back, man. Von Miller's ex says that he wanted her to get an abortion. How do Kamal and I feel about this? Find out soon. It's MRA Podcast. Guys, I have a comedy album. It's called Be a Man at All Times, and it's on, what's it on? Oh, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you stream your content.
It's a damn good comedy album.
I appreciate that, man. There's stand-up on there. Kamal and I wrote a whodunit mystery called The Case of the Missing Balls. That's on there.
Based on a true story.
Check out the album. Show your boy some support. And you can buy it on iTunes. Keyword buy it. Stop streaming. According to Vlad, Von Miller's ex, Denise, showed screenshots. By the way, he's a Denver Bronco. Your team. Showed screenshots of a text conversation with the photograph of her, ultrasound, and more screenshots of her back and forth with Von. The conversation allegedly showed Von telling Denise to disappear and to get an abortion. Now, when he say disappear, I don't know if it said anything else about her not being here anymore, but she alluded to him saying that he wanted her to die and the kid to die. She claims that he's been trying to get her pregnant for years. Tired of protecting you. This is who you are. Cut it out, kid. So it's funny, man, because a lot of times women say they protect their man by not telling. Like I wanted your ex to not, tell the feds when she sees you on a video. I guess she would see that as protecting him if she didn't. I don't know, Kamal. My problem with this whole thing is she claims Von wanted her to get an abortion, which is an ugly word. It makes it seem like he didn't want his kid. But ladies, I'm wrapped up in this and hella confused because it's like, when y'all want to do it, y'all don't call it killing the kid. Y'all just talk about your right to choose. But if Von would like to inspire you to choose that right, he's painted as a guy that doesn't want his kid. He wants to kill his kid. Come on, help me out. Straighten me up.
Well, first I have to straighten you out. First of all, it's not Von Miller. It's the great and powerful and future Hall of Famer Von Miller.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
You totally messed that up.
I botched his name.
I
didn't see it in the notes.
How did you mess that up?
Sorry,
So
my
his
bad.
Birth certificate.
Yeah. Great and powerful, future Hall of Famer Von Miller.
Yes,
Let me write that down.
This is government.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
dude, you missed some of his comments too, because those don't sound that bad. And this is my guy, but he also posted praying for a miscarriage.
He posted that?
Yeah, that's what she
She
showed that. She showed
no, all right. He didn't post it. She posted that.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. He sent that to her, and she posted it.
That is hilarious.
So that one right there, because wanting her to get an abortion, want you to disappear. I think that's just leave me alone.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Praying for a miscarriage, that's some evil shit, man.
Is it evil, Kamal? Have you ever to yourself prayed for a miscarriage? To yourself. Didn't tell nobody, didn't post it, didn't text it.
Nah.
Hoped that it, okay, cool. Me neither.
Yeah, I've never pray for a miscarriage. Because the thing about miscarriage is everybody who I've seen or have heard about who got a miscarriage, they take that shit pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a miscarriage. And I don't know shit about the female anatomy except for what I usually have to take care of. Aside from that,
okay, yeah,
it's too complicated.
Yes.
But I'm thinking the miscarriage, man, they carry the baby for us a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping he was praying for the early miscarriage. You didn't get to that first trimester. You know what I mean? You didn't get to feel the baby. It was just like you thought you was pregnant, then you had your period, that kind of deal. Even not that it makes it any easier, but 8-month, 9-month miscarriage. Ooh, that's I have to guess that the great and powerful future Hall of Famer Von Miller wasn't going there. I hope he wasn't going there.
Well. Yeah, that's what it seems like. And so if listen, man, everybody's not perfect, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not perfect. And so this one right here, I can see this was probably an argument. And sometimes, man, it's usually, I hate to sound sexist, but it's usually like the woman that kind of like blacks out.
She says the thing. Oh, you mean when she goes nuts?
And says some shit that she'll even remember or regrets saying. But hey, man, I've been there too.
Yeah.
I've said some shit that I was like, dude, when you say it, you chest all out. And then you sit back a day or two later.
You're like, why did I have to go there?
How the fuck do I apologize to this shit? And so I'm thinking, man, I'm hoping Brother Von, future Hall of Famer, came to his senses and felt shitty about it. I hope he didn't take that,
You hope he didn't trump his way out of it and just
keep that same energy.
Keep
the same energy, man. Because honestly, I don't think that as many problems as they probably had. I don't think he would want that.
And that's the thing, fellas. When you get mad, and because we have to make sure it doesn't get physical, we get verbally, we kill verbally. Because sometimes you just want to put your hands on a person. I'm not talking about a woman, just a person. And when you can't put your hands on them, you think, okay, so I'm going to kill you with these words. But that isn't good either. We got to get past both of those. You can't beat the shit out of her, and you can't kill her with your words. I suggest you write it down on paper. That way you don't accidentally send it ever. And then rip it up.
I know we do like to do like little brushback pictures. Just back up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but they'll stay in the batter's box and keep talking shit.
Right. Obviously, shit. Dre had an aneurysm. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, exactly.
Obviously.
Yeah. That's holding it in. That's not saying. You got to find an outlet, fellas. You got to find. I wish Dre was, in the studio. I mean, because think about it, man. His outlet used to be these beats and this gangster shit. And where's the outlet now? You know what I mean? Where's his outlet? He used to be knocking motherfuckers out. I'm not talking about D Barnes. I'm talking about men. Dre was known for that. Bop, bop, bop. 3-piece. He ain't doing that. He's not in the studio rapping. He's not touring. What are you going to, where's it going? You got to find an outlet, a healthy outlet. And like I said, one healthy outlet, I can tell you, yell it out. Write it down. Before you light that motherfucker on fire like you got the perfect thing that's going, the big domino, and you're going to break the table. Fellas, write it down first.
They need a post, like just operating in post nut mode. Niggas need a post nut mode before they tweet or before they send that text.
Yes.
You know
before you send that text, because you will regret it. I promise you will regret it, man.
Yeah, send that shit to your homie. Hey, man, this is what I'm thinking. A dude might be like, oh.
Bro, hey, where you at right now? Where you at? Don't go nowhere. I'm on my way, bro. You tripping. Hold, I got to go, y'all. I got to go. Kamal is about to tell her what he really thinks. You will regret it, man. I promise you, man. We come back. Russell Wilson looked out for his wide receiver, and after that, we have a Dear Erby from a guy who was battling for control of his home. Kamal and I are going to try to coach him up. We're going to do our best. Find out that soon. It is the MRA Podcast. Hey guys, what's up? If you're enjoying this show, do us a favor and donate to our Patreon.
Word.
Just go to www.patreon.com. That's Patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA podcast of Kyle and Kamal.
Word.
It's that simple. Listen to the show, love the show, share the show, break the show off with some dough.
Bars.
Russell Wilson had the game on lock, Kamal. Last game of the regular season. They're about to get the win. I think they just recovered an onside kick. All he had to do is take the knee. They call it the victory formation. There's a guy behind the quarterback, and the quarterback gets it. He takes a knee, and they just run out the clock.
Yeah,
but instead,
because the other team cannot stop the clock.
They can't stop. They don't have any more timeouts.
Yeah.
All they got to do is take 2 knees, and the game is over. But instead of doing that, he calls a timeout. Not he calls a timeout. He changes the play. And he changed it to a play to make sure one of his wide receivers got a $100,000 bonus. It's called a shovel pass. And basically, the guy comes inside, he pitches it to him. If you throw the ball forward, even if it's a pitch, even if it's a toss, if you throw it forward across the line of scrimmage, that's considered a pass and a catch. You ain't got to go far. All you got to get is 1 yard, and that is a catch. I mean, he was 1 catch away. I think his bonus was 35 catches, gives you $100,000. Russ changed the play. Now, ironically, Kamal, Russ did not change the play on the Super Bowl that he lost. It was a 1 yard line. He had an opportunity to, they called a pass. It wasn't Pete Carroll, it was the offensive coordinator, allegedly. And all they had to do is say, hell no, it was first down. Give it to beast mode. And if that don't work, maybe try a pass. But I don't know if he was ego, Kamal. I don't know if he was like, I'm about to throw the winning touchdown for the Super Bowl. I don't know what happened, but he didn't do it there. Maybe he was too young then. He's learned his lesson. I'm proud of him. What about you, Kamal? What you say?
No, man. Every story. I mean, I don't like how he be flashing on Future.
And what do you mean by that?
By just stunting on the man, like basically posing with his son and shit like that, and having the
future son.
Yeah, having him call you daddy and doing all his birthday shit. But
the birthday shout outs to a 6-year-old on social media, right. About patting yourself on the back of what you've done and all that bullshit.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. But this one, this makes up for it, man. This lets me know that Russell is definitely being shitty with Future. because
He's actually a solid dude.
he's a solid dude.
If he did some bitch ass shit,
If he's doing some bitch ass shit, it ain't natural for him.
he can't help it. He just always does bitch ass shit.
Yeah.
But this is hella solid. So now I'm wondering, hey, bro, so you know how to be a solid guy.
Yeah, you know what you're
Oh, you
doing.
really? Oh, you know how to be a one. Oh,
Oh, you really don't like
that's
that
on
motherfucker.
purpose.
Yeah, you really don't like this motherfucker, obviously.
Mm.
Nah, man, I thought that was a touching story, man, because the thing about it is the guy is one catch away from $100,000 bonus. It's like, dude, let's get this motherfucker this catch.
Mm-hmm. It ain't his money.
Tom Brady
Well,
did the same thing. I think the same week he did that to Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown was
right.
short of some catches for a bonus. Oh, all right, I got you.
I got you, bro. That's solid, man. I
Yeah.
love it.
Look out for
And
your
you know what?
boys.
You know what the opposite is, man? I'll never forget, man. Jerry Rice, greatest wide receiver of all time, was playing for my Oakland Raiders at the time. And he had caught the ball every game for some crazy amount of games. All he needed was a hitch. Coach Norv Turner did not throw Jerry Rice a little hitch to keep his streak going. Jerry was fuming. It was like, whatever. He was getting towards the fourth quarter. And Jerry's like, look out. He didn't do it. And afterwards, Norv Turner said something. It's just all my memory. Him saying something like, you know what? That was a distraction. I wanted to get that over with. I never forgot about that, bro. And I bet you Jerry Rice hasn't either.
Oh, no.
Sean Payton, coach of the New Orleans Saints. I'm watching the game with my son, oldest son. And my man, what's his name? Alvin Kamara is going off. He got 5 touchdowns. If he gets one more, he ties the record. 2 more, he breaks the record. The team gets to the 1-yard line, come out, and do you know they took him out? And then they put in that thick quarterback dude, and he scored from the 1.
Hill. Yeah, from what I heard, it said the coach didn't know. He didn't realize it.
Oh, okay. So they asked him about it.
Yeah, and then once they realized it, they put him in the next one.
Well, the only reason they got it back is because like a turnover or
That's
something.
what I'm saying. But they realized it because the game was over. You know, they didn't need touchdowns. They definitely need they star running back in the game anymore. Okay. So I think once they realized it, they kind of corrected it. But it would have been nice for him to get the record instead of share it.
Yeah, it would have been nice, man. It's not every day you get an opportunity for 7 touchdowns. And he literally had an opportunity for 7 touchdowns. So that hurt my feelings. But you know what, man?
It happens, man. It happens. Like man. some people look out. Other people, You remember when it was like what was it? Jerry Rice's last game or something like that with the 49ers, and they just peppered T.O.
T.O., man. I couldn't believe that. How dare you? T.O. had the greatest game of his career on Jerry's last Niners game. How dare you? This man is my replacement. I get it. He's the new, I'm the old. But can you show a legend some respect?
Right. Like the Lakers did Kobe. They let Kobe jack that shit up.
Off.
That's how you do it, man.
That's how you show respect to a legend on his last game, man. When we come back, we have a Dear Erby from a guy who is battling for control of his house. Can't come out, and I coach him up. Find out next. It's the MRA Podcast. You need some advice in your relationship?
And can't afford a therapist?
Yeah. Hit us up and we'll get you through this.
We won't even charge you a copay.
Exactly. The Dear Erby letter is our longest standing segment on the MRA, dating all the way back to the webisodes. This is where we truly save relationships one listener at a time. We've saved marriages.
Encouraged divorce.
Taught a guy how to please his woman.
Encouraged divorce.
Yeah, so hit us up for advice and we'll help you out. Send your emails to dearerby@themrapodcast.com. That is Dear Erby at themrapodcast.com. Let's get into this Dear Erby letter.
Let us.
Dear Erby, I met my wife in college. We both went to the same Ivy League school. I went on a football scholarship and her parents paid for her to go. I used to think my wife was down to earth, but over time I've realized that our backgrounds are very different, so her version of down to earth is nothing like mine. She always wants to buy things we can't afford, and the difference between her and I is I wanted a big screen TV, but I know we can't afford it, so I let it go. My wife doesn't let anything go. She wants our daughters to go to a private school. She wants a Tesla SUV. She wanted to put our daughter in these expensive swim lessons, and every time I said no, she never let up about it. Recently, her father died, and I signed off on her mother coming to live with us. Her mom is loaded, and within a year of her living with us at our house, she brought everything on my wife's wish list and even some things on mine, including that television. I was happy at first, but now it seems like this is her house. She bought a pool. Wow. So that our daughters could swim, because in her mind, every little girl should have a pool of her own. Ooh. But I told my daughter she could not swim at night because the noise disturbs the neighbors. My mother-in-law says she could swim anyway. She said that is why she paid the extra money for the pool lights, so that her granddaughters could swim at any time of the day. I have lost control. he just made it plain. I have lost control of my house, guys, and I don't know what to do. Hoping one of you can help me out. Ian. I'm sorry, Ian. Ian in Los Angeles. Oh, my God. Ian, you are in trouble, but it ain't my turn. Kamal Abdul-Jabbar, what say you, dog?
Like my man Sweet Daddy said on the Good Times,
yes.
You in trouble.
Ooh, you in trouble. I remember Sweet Daddy.
JJ, you in trouble.
You in trouble. He was on What's Happening, too.
Yeah. Ian, yes, it seems like you lost control of your house. It don't seem you lost control of your house.
Mm-hmm.
They say pay the cost to be the boss. Well, mom-in-law, she paid the cost. And now she's the boss. It is her house.
Mm-hmm.
It's her house, man. She's making the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And you try to step to her, she'll say, boy, get out of my face and go watch that TV I bought. Bought your TV. I'm going to say this, man, on the side note, and it's definitely related. And I was thinking about this recently. They say, like, some people say don't date outside your race. And I think that's bullshit. Date whoever. Don't date outside your socioeconomic background.
Romeo and Juliet. What about Romeo and Juliet? Come out.
That's bullshit. And they died. They never really lived together. You know what I'm saying? We were seeing Romeo and Juliet in year 6. That shit would have been pandemonium. Yeah, because
especially since he was the one that you can date. Listen, you can date up if you are the woman. But if you're the man dating up, understand it's gonna be trouble for you. All right, go ahead, man.
I mean, you gotta do like you know what I'm saying, Gatsby. You gotta sit back and become a gazillionaire, reinvent yourself just to get his chick.
Better.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Gatsby did. He's like, man, I can't compete with him, man. That nigga was like a bootlegger or some shit. He became a ridiculously rich guy. But like you, Ian, y'all went to, same schools, but totally different backgrounds. The shit that you're used to is different from what she's used to. And so for what she's used to, she expects you to provide. Because I'm guessing Pops used to provide it.
That's a good guess, come on.
Yeah. And so now it's your job to provide it. You're probably way more practical. You can, understand how to stretch a dollar. That ain't where she came from. That ain't where she came from. So she's like, hey, man, I want this. I want that. We can't afford it. I don't understand that. I don't understand can't afford. I don't understand. And when
doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense to me. That's not even in my lexicon. And then when Pops dies, you thinking you looking out and you let Mom stay. But what you really did was you have allowed somebody symbolically with a bigger dick in your house.
Wow.
Metaphorically speaking, not literally, obviously.
Wow.
She came in, man. That's like you in prison and you let your wife, mess with a guy who got a bigger swipe until you get out because you're doing 10. You come back after 10, homie. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. You can't get that horse back in the barn. Your daughters are benefiting from it. The only thing only way I can see this working out for you, Ian, is if you improve your financial status. It's the only way I can see you getting out of this, because talking to your mother-in-law, obviously, when you try to explain to her logically about the pool, about swimming at night, that's logically. The neighbors are complaining. That's some logic. Rich people don't understand logic.
They don't. They ignore logic.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? No. This is why. That's what
Trump's. That's how
right.
Trump acts.
This is why I got. This is why I got the pool.
This is how I got the money. This is why I'm rich.
This is why I paid for this pool.
Yes.
For them to swim at night.
I don't follow rules.
I don't follow normal rules. No, not those rules. And so I make enough money, or I've made enough money, or my husband's made enough money, or I have enough money, whereas I don't have to listen to anybody. And so mom has decided that your rule, no swimming at night, fuck that. So my point is, having said all of that, you trying to sit down and have a conversation with her is going to be pointless. It's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. And talking to your wife, listen, man, I'm going to have to say this, but your wife is going to side with the benefactor. I mean, she's going to look at, my love of my life, or the person who's always been there for me, who's provided me with security my entire life. Not an easy, not a hard decision. She's going to choose mom. Especially because Pops died. So she's like, Mom can't leave. And I'm guessing mom's in her 50s, 60s, or 70s. Yeah, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can't get her to back off now. There should have been some ground rules when mom entered into the home, but you didn't know. I'm assuming you didn't know it was going to get this bad. But there should have been some ground rules. All right? Hey, don't come in spoiling the kids. I know how grandmothers do.
Yeah.
But those are your kids, man. And she's making decisions for your kids. Dude, you are in trouble, because how do you back that train up? I don't think it's possible, Kyle. I mean, I don't. This week, Iman, the what does he call it?
Where is that? I did not put that in.
It's all good.
I wanted to put that in.
Iman, the model, the supermodel.
Glad you brought that up, man.
She was married to David Bowie, and he died. And they asked her, would she get remarried? Her daughter asked her recently, and she said, "Nah, I can never. I love the man too much. I can." That's the actual effect I want to have.
That's what I'm talking about. Come on.
Like, you know what I'm saying, on my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm gone, she's like, "Nah, I can't." And my point is, homie, if something were to happen to you and mom is still there, or no, they would remarry because they're used to a certain status that mom has provided. Mom has provided them a status that if something happened to you, Ian, your wife is going to be looking for another replacement, or somebody that can replace mom. Mom's money is going to be the problem once mom's money's gone. Ian, you got to step it up. You said one of us can help you out. I don't think I was the one. Hopefully Kyle can do it.
We come back on the way in. Yo, what's up? I'm Kyle.
And I'm Kamal.
And you're listening to the MRA podcast, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. You messed up big time. I used to think my wife was down to earth. Okay, well, I'm not going to say she fooled you, but you didn't do your research. You weren't paying attention. You wanted her to be down to earth, homie. She told you what her background was. You was like, wow, I scored. I won. That's where you messed up. My wife doesn't let anything go. Yeah, because she was raised by her mother and father. And if they were born rich or they became rich, they lived by the rich rules. And the rich rules are, you get what you want. You find a way. Your grandmother, your mother-in-law, the kid's grandmother, came in and she bought you, and you had no idea. She knew what she was doing. You didn't. I told my daughter she could not swim at night, and my mom went over my head. It would have been a problem that night. But you did something. It doesn't look like you raised hell that night. That would have been the last night for me. You need to have a conversation with your wife. because your wife brought this woman in your house. Your wife don't respect you. She respects her mama. Your wife played you on this one, dog. She's getting all her needs met by somebody else. Her daddy is crushing it from the grave. Just like David Bowie is crushing it from the grave. If you died today, could you say you're crushing it from the grave? Nope. So God is giving you more time. You better Great Gatsby your life, homie. You got to grow a pair. You need to schedule a meeting with your wife and then a scheduled meeting with your mother-in-law, and you need to start putting your foot down. Kamal, man, before we get into the where can we find news, man, I got to send a happy birthday to my boy whose birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday to the pup. He's 17 now. And happy future birthday to my father, who will be the big 7-0 next Tuesday. But you had a little something more tragic you want to talk about.
Some melancholy news, man. So, Rialto lost another one, man. Eisenhower High and Kolb Junior High. Ricky Peters, man. He recently passed, 45 years old, I believe. Heart failure.
Damn.
Heart failure. And somebody told me that he was speaking to one of his relatives and said there was natural causes. I'm like, 45 is you die of heart failure, that's natural causes? Fellas of our age, man, this is the time we got to start taking care of ourselves. Go get that blood work, check in, man, because 45 is way too damn young to be dying of natural causes, quote unquote. Yeah. Shout out to my boy Ricky, man. Rest in peace, man. He was a good dude, man. Peace, brother.
Where can we find you, Kamal?
At Angry Kamal on Twitter and not Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. Yeah, Twitter and Instagram.
And make sure you get your work on there so we can keep finding you there, my dude. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
Kyle Erby's my website. You can see some of my commercials I've done. And the MRApodcast.com is where you can listen to all 128 episodes that we've ever done. Ladies, we love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.